Hello, my name is Hannah Beatrice, and the innovation that my topic explores is the innovation of texting and messaging. Texting is becoming the world's largest form of communication. It makes communication easier and faster for everyone. You can be in contact with anyone wherever you want, whenever you want. This is my homepage that I created using the HTML basics. I use an external style sheet to style the rest of my web pages. As you can see, I created a background and an animation that includes my logo that I created using Pixlr. This is my purpose page. On top there is a banner that I created also using Pixlr. I used the layering tool to cut and paste the letters together and added a filter for a cooler effect. The first question on my website is, indicate the name of the innovation and provide a clear description of its intended purpose, such as the problem that the innovation solved, the opportunity that the innovation created, or the discovery that the innovation made possible. As I stated earlier, texting and messaging are mainly used as a form of communication. With texting and messaging, you can contact anyone no matter how far away they are. It is also a lot faster because messages are delivered almost instantly. Texting has opened many doors for communication. For example, group chats now allow groups of people to talk at once. At the bottom of the page, there is a video on some habits and different ways that people use texting as a form of communication. Next are the impacts of texting, and I'm going to explain a benefit and/or harmful effect of the innovation. While there are many pros and cons to texting, it has definitely made a big impact. I think a harmful effect is the distraction it causes, like texting and driving. We all know how dangerous that can be. It causes a distraction in school, and studies show that some kids are even losing sleep over text messages. On this page, I have included a graph that displays the amount of people who admit to texting and driving. I have also included a video of an interview that I had with my father about his views on texting.
Definitely harmful. Why? Because I think for a lot of reasons. I think that kids today get distracted by it, like when they're driving and doing their homework and that kind of stuff. I believe they've lost the art of conversation, and their social skills have diminished because all they do is text. And finally, I would say there's an overall dependency on their phone and technology. Thank you. Hey guys, how are you? How was your day? How was school? What did you learn today? Your mom and I are expecting twins. Huh? What did you say?
I created that video using the video camera on my iPhone, and I edited it using the video YouTube editor. Finally, I posted it via YouTube. Explain the impact that the innovation has had on society, economy, and/or culture. Texting is being used every day and is part of people's daily routines. The chart here is a chart I created using data I collected from a survey that I created using Google Forms. I posted it online and asked people to answer a series of questions about the impact texting has had on their lives. I used the results to make this graph, and I found that most people over 30 use texting mainly as a form of communication. I chose to highlight this because most people think it is only teenagers who text, but texting and messaging are being used by everyone, adults included. Indicate one field other than computer science which this innovation has impacted or has the potential to impact. Describe the impact. One field that I think is impacted by texting and messaging is definitely the police force. We can find out so much information from text messaging. Text messages are documented proof of what people say, and it can help the police force find out information that they need to know in order to solve a crime. It also can help them communicate with one another quicker and quieter. The next page is the technical aspects page. To describe how users interact with the innovation, I explain how everyone is texting and how they can do it on multiple different devices. For example, they can text on phones or message on computers using instant messengers and apps like AIM. Text and messages can be used to send more than just text. People can also send media like images and videos via text message. Texting and messaging have so many uses, which is a main reason why they are so popular. The next question asks to describe in detail how the innovations technology incorporates at least one of the big ideas of abstraction, algorithms, programming, and/or the internet to accomplish its purpose. The main idea that I focused on this webpage was abstraction. I focus on this because most people don't realize all the complicated processes that are behind the successful delivery of a text message. The text has to go through a control channel and then goes to towers to be bounced in the direction they need to go. Then the phone receives the messages and needs to process all the content and display everything correctly on the screen. The process of abstraction eliminates all of these complicated processes and makes it easier for the user when sending a text message. The user does not think about any of the processes behind the text and think that is thanks to abstraction. The next page on my web page is a relationship to data page. I described how the innovation consumes data as input, produces data as output, and/or transforms data. By explaining how a text message is composed on a device and then sent out, and once it is sent out, it goes through the control channel and then to the towers to be redirected. I also explained how a text message may bounce off several towers before it reaches its destination. It creates the file on the original phone as output, and then it transfers it through the towers, and the other phone receives the data as input. I included an image that shows the process of texting and messaging being delivered and everything it goes through. The final question was to describe at least one data storage concern, data privacy concern, or data security concern related to the innovation. I explained that one privacy or security concern is that a text message is written proof and cannot be deleted completely. With today's growing technology, it is easier to recover someone's text messages off their phones, which can be a major invasion of privacy. It is also a security concern because people need to make sure they do not share personal information via text message, because it is not hard for a hacker to get a hold of it. Not only can they get what you said in from one single text message, someone can find out your location, when you sent the text, and various other information. Everything is saved with text messages, and it's not easy to delete. The picture on this page demonstrates someone looking at someone else's phone and invading their privacy. The final page of my website is the reference page. This is where I included all of my references that I used to make my project. I used an HTML table to set it up in the correct format. My most useful source was text messaging and the effect on our society, because it included many statistics about texting and messaging and many different views on texting. If you click on the link, it will take you right to the page where I found all of my useful information. You can read it all here if you'd like. Thank you for watching, and if you would like more information, visit my website at hannahbeatrice.vps.cs.uri.edu/index.html. Thank you.